Viola Bennet. Chapter 2. Between Two Shores. Yes. Oh my God, we did it. As the broadcast cut away, Elias was instantly enveloped by his team. A whirlwind of ecstatic cheers and a rapid-fire succession of high-fives and firm handshakes broke out around him. The collective relief and triumph in the room was electric. The confirmed discovery of the non-natural markings marked a major milestone for their Mars project. Their Mars Detection System for Autonomous Navigation and Decision-Making, MDSAND, had been key, guiding the rover through the 7 minutes of terror landing and enabling it to identify and retrieve vital geological samples. Applause and whoops erupted, champagne corks popped, the fizz spraying up in a victorious mist. The entire Institute atrium was alighted with infectious, celebratory energy. Across the jubilant crowd, Nicole's gaze found him. Beneath his tousled light brown curls, his sea-blue eyes held a quiet intensity. He was, without question, the most attractive scientist she had ever worked with. She smiled, raising her flute, and gracefully navigated the throng to reach Elias. The crisp clink of their glasses cut through the surrounding noise. "Congratulations, Elias. You look exhausted," Nicole said, her eyes a mix of professional pride and personal concern.
"Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, we haven't had much time to rest lately,"
Elias replied, meeting her gaze with a calm, gentle smile.
"Hey, genius,"
David called out as he joined them.
"A milestone worth every sleepless night, huh? Any plans for Easter holiday?"
"Hey David," Nicole quipped, "we still have another critical retrieval test until next week."
Yeah, but we should plan something afterwards, right? How about a private getaway with me?"
"Absolutely not." Nicole rolled her eyes, smiling.
"What about Santa Catalina Island? Andre invited all of us, everyone from the lab, to his villa for a spring holiday party."
Elias said with a grin.
"So cool, Elias."
David cheered, joined by the others. "Guys, our big boss, Andre's hosting a spring bash incoming holiday at his place on Santa Catalina Island," someone announced. "We're all invited." "Awesome. That's got to be one of the most stunning beaches in California. I need this break. Project stress has been insane. I can't wait to get some time on my new sup, just drifting in Descanso Bay. Oh yeah." Amid the excited chatter, Elias clapped his hands.
"All right, team, listen up. One final test this week. We need to ensure those Martian samples are retrieved flawlessly. Stay sharp and then we'll have truly earned that Descanso Beach sunshine."
"All right, yeah, woohoo." After the hectic, exhausting pace of the lab, the long-awaited day finally arrived. Andre's villa was nestled in a secluded cove on Santa Catalina Island, an hour's ferry ride from Long Beach. As the boat docked, the ocean glittered like shattered gold under the bright sun. The air was thick with salt and the heady warmth of a spring day that felt like early summer. Andre, Elias' uncle, a man of effortless warmth, waited by the entrance. Since his wife Grace had passed, his annual spring party during Easter holiday had become a personal tradition, a kind of yearly tribute, an unstated invitation. He liked to imagine that Grace accepted from heaven, joining them once more in their beloved holiday home. The villa was expansive. White walls gleamed in the sunlight, softened by climbing flowering vines. A massive pool dominated the garden. It was perfect for the upcoming pool party. Manicured, towering junipers framed the property, forming a quiet verdant halo around the scenic Descanso Bay. The team quickly dropped their bags and changed, slipping into the rhythm of sunbathing, swimming, and beach sports. The highlight of the holiday would be the night parties and fireworks, with Andre inviting a mix of old friends and Elias's younger team.
Great job, Elias.
Andre said, placed a firm hand on his nephew's shoulder.
This Mars mission, your autonomous navigation system, has taken us to new heights. Hard to believe how far we've come. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Andre. Your faith in this project means everything to me. It drives me both exhausting and exhilarating.
Elias replied, a rare spark of intensity lighting his eyes.
Passionate as ever, right? And how are your parents? Still chasing those ancient symbols and scripts around the world? I sometimes wish they'd slow down a little, take a break and spend some time with us. Yeah, they're doing what they love, and in our Mars project, they've been invaluable. I used to wish they'd stay with me instead of chasing the next ancient find. But now, I understand. It's a calling, they're answering the summons of work that owns their hearts.
Andre clapped his shoulder again.
You've grown up, boy.
Elias hugged his uncle.
You haven't aged a day, still my closest friend.
They bumped palms, then locked hands in a firm handshake, laughing together. Friday night's party was extraordinary. Andre had spared no expense. Elias and David had taken the boat into town for last-minute supplies and returned to the garden, already pulsing with energy. Old Joe, the DJ, was spinning infectious beats, and people were already dancing. Spotting Elias and David, the crowd swept them into the midst of food, flowing wine, and lively conversation. The sun sank, and a massive bonfire ignited on the beach. Slightly tipsy, the crowd gathered around the roaring flames, eyes on the grand fireworks planned for later. Truth or dare, someone shouted. Yeah, let's do it. Here's how it works. Toss a stone into this cup. Make it, you pick someone for truth or dare. Miss, you do it yourself. Got it? Okay, cool. The game erupted in laughter. Dares involved excessive drinking and ridiculous feats. Truths fueled by the alcohol led to unexpected confessions. After several noisy rounds, the atmosphere was thick with warmth and recklessness. Whoa, Nicole. Your first clean toss. Who do you pick? Nicole rose, arms wide, eyes crinkling in a dazzling smile. She shouted over the din, Elias. Yeah, Elias. Truth or dare, the crowd roared. I choose. Dare. Elias responded with a calm smile. Okay. This round's dare is, kiss the person immediately to your right. Adam declared. The crowd went ballistic. Nicole, they chanted. Since Nicole was seated directly to Elias's right, everyone knew this was the moment they had been waiting for. Nicole froze for a brief breathless second, a nervous flush creeping up her neck. Then, before she could utter a word, Elias reached out and gently took her hand. He bowed, pressing his lips lightly to the back of her hand. The gesture seemed more performance than intimacy. It was elegant, courteous, and carefully restrained. Oh no, the crowd groaned in disappointment. That's like a medieval ritual. Not a proper dare. Nicole, though a tiny heat had surged through her, quickly regained her composure. She pushed her hands down in a calming gesture. Hold on, guys, we never said where the kiss had to land, did we? Dare, accomplished. She had saved both Elias and herself from real awkwardness. As the applause, boos, and laughter died down, Elias settled back beside her. Just then, a dazzling firework shot into the sky, exploding in a shower of brilliant color. The fireworks. Everyone surged toward the shore, eager to watch the display light up the Pacific waves. The bonfire's embers glowed, the sea breeze carrying faint traces of alcohol and laughter. Elias slipped away from the crowd, phone in hand, heading toward a quieter stretch of sand. The fireworks exploded overhead, casting light on his profile and on the corner of his heart that had never truly dimmed. He stared at his phone screen, his heart rate inexplicably quickened. Amid all the celebration and clamor, a sudden acute loneliness struck him. The person he most wanted to share this moment with was miles away. Viola. The name rolled softly in his mind. The image of her smiling by the lakeside 8 years ago was as vivid as the firework trails now streaking across the sky. 8 years, and the invisible cord between them still held fast. He regretted leaving Switzerland so abruptly, giving her space, a decision that had only brought him silent self-inflicted agony. He had rehearsed this moment of reaching out countless times. His fingers hovered, deleting and rewriting each word, each a risk. Finally, he attached a photo of the exploding fireworks and sent a message that felt honest, measured. Happy birthday, Viola. I miss you. Yours, Elias. He held his breath as he pressed send. The fireworks reflected in his eyes, a dazzling, vibrant promise of the unknown future he was now daring to claim. Miles away in Madrid, Viola, absorbed in preparations for the upcoming gallery show, was startled, then unexpectedly lifted by Elias's message. Her mind was a torrent of untold stories: the difficult time after breakup with Javier, the unsettling suffering betrayal by her closest friend Lisa, and the complicated reason she'd come back to her ex-boyfriend's city. And, what a disastrous and unbelievable week. Though 1,000 words pressed at her fingertips, none felt right, and in the end, all she sent were a few simple lines. Amazing fireworks. Thank you. I miss you too. Viola. The words, the fireworks, the sea, all of it pulled Elias and Viola back 8 years to the university lake after the dancing school prom. He had been her date, and together they danced recklessly by the lakeside as fireworks erupted overhead. Under the starry sky and the light of the explosions, Viola's image had been irrevocably imprinted on his heart. All these years, she had remained right there. I'm sorry if I embarrassed you earlier, came Nicole's voice, sudden and close beside him.
No, you didn't, Nicole. I'm the one who should say thank you.
Elias snapped out of his reverie, looking at her with genuine regret. Nicole cut him off, slightly embarrassed. No, Elias, don't. We're friends, right?
Right, friends.
A visible line of tension eased from Elias's face, though his gaze drifted immediately back to his phone. Seeing his sincerity, Nicole felt a tiny pang of disappointment, quickly overridden by warmth. Being his friend is enough, she thought. Especially when she saw the sweet, undeniably lovesick expression on his face as he typed his message. Your girlfriend, then? Nicole gestured toward the phone.
Not exactly. Not yet.
Elias said, a trace of shyness flickering through his tone. But you must care for her a lot, Nicole stated, certainty in her voice.
Honestly, yes. And always.
Elias paused, letting his gaze drift far out over the ocean. At that exact moment, his phone rang sharply.
What? What happened? Are you okay? I'll call her. Take care, Lisa.
It was Lisa, Elias's cousin. She quickly relayed the terrible news, Javier's plane crashed, and the fact that both Lisa and Viola were currently together in Madrid dealing with the immediate aftermath. Elias went rigid with dread. He ended the call and immediately dialed Viola.
Please answer my phone, please.
The call went unanswered. His worry surged like the tide, eclipsing the fading fireworks over the dark sea. Longing for her crashed through him in relentless waves, unstoppable and consuming.